Okay, this video will be available when we finish our session, so the people who can be here, who couldn't be here, they could check the conference when this one finish. Okay, I am going to try the corresponding audio, so you will hear just the audio. Hola, hola, hola. Okay, this one is working.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Now I'm going to wait at 11 o'clock to start, and then we're gonna start, okay? So thank you. Good morning, Camila. I hope that everything is okay. Welcome to our conference today to check the corresponding topic. Melina, good morning. Hello. Thank you for being here. If you can start typing your names over here in the part of chat to take list, it will be great. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. I am recording this conference, and after this one finished, you can check it in YouTube, but it will be later, right? So just to be sure that this one is working. Okay. Welcome, Jesus. Good morning. Good morning, Camila. Good morning, Melina. Could you please write your name over here in the part of chat, your complete name to take list, please? Good morning, Jocelyn. Welcome. I'm gonna wait 2 more minutes. Don't forget that if this one closed, I will be here. I will create another conference, okay? But don't go away, please. If the technology fails, I will do it again. Thank you so much. Good morning, Camila. Good morning. Could you please write your name, please? Good morning, everyone. Hi, good morning. Thank you. So it's 11 o'clock, so I'm gonna start. Just to remind you that it is important that you participate in the corresponding activities of Territorio, because there are just some of you who are participating in the platform. We are not talking about Oxford, because Oxford is just for practice. We are talking about Territorio, who has the corresponding activities for today. Remember that from Monday to Saturday, you will have available the corresponding activities to work. So I will share the screen with you just to see which activities were supposed for work today. Remember, guys, that Territorio is our platform in which we are going to find the homeworks and the activity that belongs for today. So, we are not talking about Oxford, we are talking about Territorio. Oxford is a platform in which you can practice grammar, in which you can practice exercises. But in Territorio, you will find the corresponding activities. Where you are going to find the activities? So if you go, as I told you, each week you go to the part of forum, you will find the corresponding forum of this week. In Learning Forum, you are going to find the space to make questions, okay? Then over here, you will find the topic that belongs for this week, that it's present perfect, but now using ever or never. And the classwork that belongs for today. I'm going to speak in Spanish because I saw that just some of you are working with that. Chicos, acuérdense que Territorio es la plataforma mediante la cual ustedes van a encontrar las tareas o actividades correspondientes. La plataforma de Oxford es una plataforma en la cual ustedes pueden practicar la parte gramatical. Sin embargo, en territorio ustedes tienen que encontrar, o mejor dicho, van a encontrar las actividades que corresponden a esta semana. Es decir, acuérdense que en el tiempo correspondiente, aunque nuestra sesión en vivo comienza a las 11, ustedes tienen que estar trabajando desde las 9 de la mañana como si nosotros estuviéramos en clase. Van a encontrar en foro estas 3 actividades específicas. Una que se llama Learning Forum, que está desde el día lunes. Uno que es Topic, que lo vas a encontrar también desde el día lunes. Y el Classwork, que se lo vas a encontrar a partir del día de hoy a las 9 de la mañana. Y todos tienen como fecha máxima las 11 del día de hoy, que es a la hora que empezó la sesión. Entonces ya no vas a poder participar en ella. Es bien importante que tengas en cuenta que el Learning Forum es donde tú vas a hacer preguntas a lo mejor que no son obligatorias. Esto es en caso de que tengas alguna duda, pues que te asegures que me va a llegar la pregunta porque yo de todos modos tengo que checar foro. Este es el foro que me interesa. En este foro ahorita dice que ya no está disponible porque se supone que tú tuviste que estar trabajando, si no es durante toda la semana, de perdido el día de las sesiones correspondientes, de 9 a 10 de la mañana, en la cual yo solamente te estaba pidiendo 3 participaciones. Y aquí en el foro el día de hoy me encuentro nada más con Melina, me encuentro con Jos que participó, me encuentro con Jesús y con Camila. El único que completó ahí sus oraciones completas, en este caso encontré a Jesús. Jos participó 2 veces, Camila 1 vez y Melina de igual manera 1. De ahí en fuera no encontré más participaciones y aquí en la parte de arriba aparecía una pregunta y 2 respuestas. Pero ¿cómo iban a contestar si no había más preguntas? Es bien importante que tomen en cuenta que este foro es parte importante de sus participaciones y tareas. No son gratis, esos 10 puntos no van gratis ni van regalados. Son actividades que nosotros tenemos que realizar. Y posteriormente vas a encontrar el Classwork, que este Classwork solamente lo vas a encontrar hasta este sábado porque como su nombre lo dice, es actividades en clase. Yo ya les había dejado cada día lunes el Homework, que son algunas PDFs, que es el tema, el video con el tema. Si ustedes se van al tema, aquí en la parte del foro, ustedes van a encontrar que yo les dejé un video donde yo les expliqué, donde viene mi explicación. Les dejé un video extra y les dejé un PDF. Esto es lo que ustedes pueden trabajar ya sea por la plataforma o por email. Pero son actividades que tenemos que realizar. No hay puntos extras de la nada, ni son mágicos. Entonces sí quiero ser muy clara que la plataforma Territorio tiene una función. Y la función es precisamente que nosotros aprovechemos el tiempo. Nuestra clase empieza a las 9 de la mañana, aunque nosotros aquí en línea trabajamos hasta las 11. Si ustedes no ponen ese granito extra de trabajar de 9 a 10, aunque sea, va a ser muy complicado que el aprendizaje se lleve a cabo como buscamos. Ahora está durante toda la semana disponible el foro. Es bien importante que tengamos en cuenta que ese foro tiene que llenarse porque es práctica. ¿De qué otra manera vas a practicar tú? Si el libro como tal son solamente algunos ejercicios, ¿cómo puedes interactuar con los demás si participas en el foro? Entonces, tus compañeros tienen su participación. Quienes no han participado en el transcurso de esta semana, porque esta es la tercera semana, pues sí va a ser medio complicado que ustedes tengan sus puntos completos. ¿Ok? Entonces, sobre eso quisiera que quedara bien en claro para la próxima semana, que tengan en cuenta que a partir del día lunes y hasta el sábado, antes de las 11 de la mañana, ustedes van a tener acceso a participar en el foro. Y que tenemos que participar con al menos 3 participaciones con los temas correspondientes. Si no practicamos ahí, va a ser muy difícil que después me ponga a practicar. De homework me han llegado al correo algunas tareas, pero todavía me faltan muchas. Acerca de los PDFs que les dejo, acerca de las actividades de Oxford como tal, les dije, tengo paciencia porque sé que algunos están batallando, no pasa absolutamente nada. Pero sí les dejé PDFs ahí y sí les dejé algunas actividades que tampoco he recibido de todos. Entonces, aunque no nos estemos viendo, las tareas están determinadas y están bien organizadas desde el día lunes. Entonces, es bien importante y responsabilidad también de cada uno de nosotros, revisar qué actividades nos dejaron ahí, qué actividades puedo checar. Si no puedo subirlas aquí a la plataforma, no pasa nada, mándamelas por correo. Sin ningún problema yo te las recibo por correo. Pero si no va a haber puntos, al final acuérdate que son 10 puntos de participación y tareas que salgan gratis o regalados, porque cada uno de ustedes está trabajando a su ritmo, a su tiempo. Y si no puedo hacerlo entre semana, yo lo entiendo perfectamente, pero el sábado, entonces de 9 a 11, pues podemos hacerlo y podemos trabajarlo, ¿de acuerdo? Dudas sobre territorio, específicamente, algo que no esté quedando claro, que por algo no estemos participando en territorio. Territorio todos tienen acceso independientemente del libro, del código, de cualquier otra cosa, todo el mundo puede entrar a territorio. ¿Hay alguna duda o alguna situación que esté surgiendo específicamente con territorio? ¿No? Entonces, por favor, tengámoslo en cuenta. De 9 a 10 de la mañana está dedicado a trabajar con la plataforma Territorio. Si no lo estamos haciendo entre semana, todavía tengo oportunidad de hacerlo de 9 a 10. Son 2 o 3 páginas las que tengo que hacer de classwork y ya todo lo demás lo puedo trabajar. Lo que no hice entre semana lo puedo trabajar durante esa hora o incluso de 10 a 11 si no puedo entrar a Oxford. Pues bueno, entonces me pongo a hacer lo que no hice entre semana con Territorio, pero hay muy poquita participación y entonces eso les va a afectar en su calificación al final del día. Y necesito que se vayan habituando a territorio porque a través de ahí van a presentar sus exámenes. Si no sabemos manejarlo, necesito que me digan, por favor, en qué les puedo apoyar, en qué están batallando, qué es lo que no está quedando a lo mejor claro sobre el manejo de la plataforma y con todo gusto les apoyo. De caso contrario, no tengo referencias de dudas o de situaciones con la plataforma y pues no tengo cómo apoyarles si no me dicen, ¿de acuerdo? Entonces, no olviden por favor la importancia de la plataforma, porque al final del día es como el sustituto de nuestro trabajo de 9 a 11 y ya después nos vemos aquí en clase con dudas en específico que se supone que trabajaron en la semana. ¿Ok? So I'm gonna switch and we are gonna start our English class. So again, don't forget to use the platform. Don't forget to work on it because from 9 to 11 we have classwork too. Okay? So again, we're gonna start talking about present perfect, but now we're gonna start talking about present perfect in different form. As we said, just to make a quickly review, we use present perfect to talk about the experience, an event that took place in the past, and nowadays is an important part of our life, right? So in present perfect, we can express experience, and we have this kind of structure. We have have or has, and the verb in past participle. According to your subject, it's going to be the form that have or has is going to take, and you are going to use it in this form, right? In affirmative sentences, you will use this kind of subject. Then you are going to have or has, the past participle, and then the complement of your sentences. Over here we have how can we express present, past, and present perfect. We have over here another example. And then we know that we can express negative sentence and question form using this structure. We use subject, have or has, and the word not, and the past participle of my verb. And over here again, I have the question form in which I have or has, then the subject and the past participle. If I want to have more information, as we did in present progressive, in simple past or whatever, I can attach just the WH question before this one, and then I can restructure my question. Also, we talk about the difference between been and gone. So the difference between been and gone, we already said that we use been to express that I visited some place and then I have returned. I am, as example, at home. And we use gone to express that we have visited that place and we are still there, right? We didn't return. Now, How can I realize the difference between simple past and present perfect? In simple past, we use this tense to express something that happened in a specific time, so we can know exactly when at one time. While the present perfect is just to express something that happened on the past, but we don't know exactly if the action has finished or the action continues. And also we use the present perfect to express something that happened recently, right? Till here we have specific words as for and since that we are going to work it later. But it is important to point out the difference about present perfect just to remind you, right? When we are talking about present perfect, we can find some words that can help me to express the meaning of a sentence, and we already expressed this one. In present perfect, we can find some different words as just, or already, or yet as example, right? As I told you in the video, this one is going to be part of the next topic that we are going to work. Today, we are going to work with the difference between using ever and never. It is important that you understand that we use ever to express something that you want to know if it is part of your experience, right? We use ever just in question form. How it's going to be the structure of using ever? So the structure that you will follow, it's going to be have or has, your subject, then you will place ever before the past participle, then you have the past participle and the complement of your sentence. You can't, it is impossible to answer some question using ever, right? Ever is specifically to talk about question form. And this is the structure that we need to follow. Have or has, your subject, then ever, and then the past participle of the verb and the complement of your sentence. And this word will help me to know that we are talking about the experience that we have had. I am just checking if this one is working, if we are online. Okay, perfect. We continue online. So I get back. Sorry. So as we said, we have this one to express something that we have experienced at least one time, and is used to talk about in question form and express about, as we said, something that we have lived. But also we have the keyword that means never. Never is specifically to talk about negative sentence, something that we haven't done at any time in our life. We use never just to talk about answers. In difference of ever, that is specifically to talk about questions, never is just to answer, right? We use never to talk about answers. As example, we have here, I have never failed a test, or he's never hurt. That means, pay attention, that if we want to express something negative, we can use I have not, or maybe I can say I have never, right? We can use one or the other one. We can use both together. That means that it is impossible to say I have not never. That's incorrect. You use never or you use not, but not both. And the structure or the place that you will place never, it will be the same one. You have subject, have or has, according to your subject. Then you will use never and then the past participle of the verb, right? Again, over here we have subject, we have the contraction, the apostrophe S means has, and the apostrophe B, that means have. Then we use never, and then we have the past participle of the verb. As we said, it is important that we know that ever is specifically for questions while never is specifically for answers. Till here, answer, that means negative. Till here, do you have any question about how can we use ever or never? Question till here? Is it okay for you? Okay, thank you, Jess. Some of you have some questions. Is it okay? Do you want to ask something? Do you want to share something with us? It's fine, thank you. Okay, thank you, Camila. Okay, thank you, Melina. Is it okay, Jesus, Janela? Is it okay for you? Claudia, is it okay for you? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So over here it's Abel. Is it okay for you, Abel? Miguel, Victor, Monse, Anel, is it okay for you? Okay. Clear, okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, for the classwork that it's supposed that we work today, we are going to work in our student book, page 75. Sorry, it's 57. Now it's 57. Page 57. That is the exercise number 2. Because we have already worked the last class with the exercise number 1. With the exercise number 2, we are going to reorder the words to make questions, then give through short answers. That means that you are going to answer yes, I have, or no, I haven't, or yes, he has, or no, he hasn't, right? According to your experience over there. So I'm going to show you the answers. I'm going to share with you the screen, and if you have any question, it is time to ask, right? Just let me check over here. Sorry, it's I will share the screen with you. We are going to check our student book, page 57, exercise number 2, that says reorder the words to make question, then give through short answers, okay? So till here it's everything okay. Perfect. This exercise, that was the exercise number 1. We have already worked on it the last Saturday, and it was okay. That it was the just no question, right? We have already worked on that. The next one is the exercise number 2 that says reorder the words, right? Over here, that's the letter box, the little box that says how can we use ever to make yes, no question, and also we use never in affirmative sentences with negative meaning, right? That express negative sense. Instead of using not, we can use never to express it. So the first one, it says reorder the word to make question, then give through short answers. That means that according to your experience. So over here, the question, it's going to be the same one, but the answer depends of you, of your experience, okay? So the first one, it says, has your dad ever been to the USA? According to the order. And the possible answer can be yes, he has, or maybe no, he hasn't. Okay, according to your dad. The next one, It says, have you ever seen a tiger? And according to you, you can have yes, I have, or no, I haven't. This is the correct order of the exercise number 2. The next one, it says, has your family ever moved house? And according to you, it can be no, they haven't, or yes, they have, according to you. The next one, have you ever played table tennis? And according to you, to your experience, it can be no, I haven't, or yes, I have. Both are correct according to your experience, right? The next one, it says, have your parents ever made pizza? And the possible answer can be no, they haven't, or yes, they have. Have you ever swum in a lake? And the possible answers can be yes, I have, or no, I haven't, according to your experience. Till here, in this exercise, did you check the exercise? The answer, it's page 57. Page 57. It's okay for you? Do you have any question till here? Did you check the answers? Did you check the answers? Yes, no, question, something? Okay, thank you. No? Okay. I will continue with the next exercise. Same page, 57. Sorry. Yes, it's 57. The exercise number 3 that says write 2 negative present perfect sentences. That means that you can use has not or have not, and also you need to use never according to your sentences. We are gonna check the answers. Check please that you have it correct. Sorry, this one, it's not useful anymore. And we are going to continue with the answers. Sorry, it's not Teams. I don't want Teams today. We continue with the next slide. Check perfect. It says my parents meet my teacher. Now we need to change it into present perfect sentence, but now in negative. So we can use my parents haven't met my teacher, or my parents have never met my teacher. The next one, it says I run 10 kilometers. The negative sentence can be I haven't run 10 kilometers, or I have never run 10 kilometers. The next one, it says Alice eat Thai food. So the negative sentence will be Alice hasn't eaten Thai food, or Alice has never eaten Thai food. You been to Paris. So the possible answer can be you haven't been to Paris, and you have never been to Paris. And finally, we tried whitewater rafting. So the 2 possible forms to express a negative sentence using present perfect, it can be we haven't tried whitewater rafting, or we have never tried whitewater rafting. Till here, exercise number 3, expressing negative sentences. Do you have any question till here? Is it okay for you? Did you check your answer? Do you have the correct answer? Yes, no, something? Questions? Is it okay for you? Negative sentence in present perfect? Is it okay for you, Miguel? Okay, thank you. Okay, Yanela, do you have any question? Did you check the corresponding sentences? Okay, now in the next exercise, we have over here the difference between present perfect and simple past. As we said, in present perfect, we talk about something that happened in the past, but we don't know exactly when the action happened. While when we talk about the simple past, we know specifically that the action had finished, and also we can know when the action happened. In the exercise number 4, it says complete the sentences with the present perfect or simple past. Remember that when we check the slide about present perfect, we have already talked about that the difference between simple past and present perfect, and we know exactly that in simple past we know that the action have finished in a specific time, right? We can find some expression as last month, last year, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I don't know, last week, right? While in present perfect, we don't know exactly when the action happened. We know that it happened on the past, but we don't know exactly the time when it happened, right? So it is important that in this exercise we checked, first of all, the expressions that we have in the sentences. Then we are going to check if the action had finished or the action in this case will continue. We have in the exercise 4 different sentences. We are going to check and you will tell me if you have any question about it. I will share the answer with you. So it says, in the box it says, read the sentences, then choose the correct alternatives. The first one, it says, I have slept in a tent and I slept in a tent last June. And it says we use the present perfect or simple past for past action with a specific time reference. And we already said that with a specific time reference, we use simple past. While we use the present perfect or simple past for past action with no time reference. We know that happened in the past, but we don't know exactly when. So we use present perfect. Now, exercise 4, it says complete the sentences with the present perfect or simple past. Pay attention, please, if we have a specific time or not. The first one, it says we bought yesterday. So as we see over here, we have a specific time, so we need to use over here we saw. The next one, it's a question form, and it says married in 2012. And we have over here, did they get married? We have a specific time, so we use simple past. The next one, it says in a helicopter. We don't have a specific time, right? So we need to use present perfect, and the question form is have or has, subject. Over here we have ever to express the experience, and then flown. If you didn't use ever, it's it okay, right? If you have just a question, have you flown in an helicopter, it's it okay, don't worry about it. And the next one, it says Anna school last March. So according to you, your experience about the different present perfect or simple past, we are going to use simple past because we have a specific time. And the number 5, it says I not try snowboarding. So pay attention over here. We don't have a specific time, so we need to use present perfect. And it says I haven't tried. Till here, do you have any question? Something that maybe you want to ask? Is it okay for you, the difference between simple past and present perfect? Question till here? Okay, thank you. Questions? Monse, do you have any question? Camila, is it okay for you? Okay, thank you. Now we're going to continue with the exercise number 5, that it says complete the dialogue with the correct form of the verb, or maybe it will be a short answer, right? You have over there the kind of answer of questions that you will write, so just pay attention to the structure and let's see the answers. So the first one, it's over here a question form, and it says that have you ever met a famous actor? And the answer will be no, I haven't. But I have seen Lionel Messi. When, question form, it will be did you see? I use over here simple past because I am asking exactly that time. It is important that you pay attention over here because when we have the WH word that can help me to know a specific time, I need also to use simple past. So this is the structure of simple past, and that's why it's important that you know the structure about simple past in affirmative, negative, and also question form. And it says, when did you see him? And the answer, it says, I saw him at the World Cup last year, but he didn't win, right? We continue with the specific time. Questions of the exercise number 5, something that you want to ask, something that maybe it can be difficult to understand. Is it okay? Did you check your answer? Is it okay for you? Yes, no? Josie's answering the other one. Could you please tell me if you have any question? Is it okay for you? Okay. So till here we have worked between the difference of using ever and never. How can we realize the difference about simple past and also present perfect? And how can we structure the sentences? We're going to pass to our workbook, W29, page W29, please. Let's see the answer that you wrote there. We are working in our workbook, W29, please. We are going to check the answers of using ever or never, and also the difference about present perfect and simple past. Let's start. We are going to continue with our workbook. In the workbook, page 29, W29, it says that we are going to complete the dialogue with the present perfect ever or never, and we need to use short forms where it is possible. So we start with the dialogue that it says, hi, are you an actor? No, I am a stunt woman. I am going to run into that fire. Really? Have you ever run into a fire before? And the answer will be no, I haven't done this, okay? That's scary. Scared before a stunt? Have you felt scared before a stunt? No, I haven't felt scared because an accident. Have had an accident over here. To do a stunt? Have you refused to do a stunt? No, I haven't refused to do a stunt. So, wow, and that's a question form again. Have you fallen off a horse? No, I haven't ridden a horse in a movie. I have only ridden motorcycles. The other one is a question form, and it says, have you swum with sharks? No, I haven't done that. Till here, questions about this exercise? Is it okay for you? It's W29. W29 about workbook. Workbook. We are working with the workbook W29. You're welcome. I'm going to show you again the answers and you can check it if you have it correct or not, okay? This exercise is about question form and also short answers. Check please the answer, check your book that you have it correct or not. Check please that if it's okay for you. Check the possible answers please. And if you have any question, please tell me. Check the possible answers and if you have any question, please tell me. These are the answers. Please check if you have corrected or not. And if you have question, please tell me. Is it okay for you? Did you check the answers? Claudia, Abel? Okay. Over here in the answer. Perfect. Thank you, Claudia, for asking. Over here, we need to use have. Remember, because we are talking about present perfect. So, it's mandatory to use have or has according to your subject. And then you need to add the past participle of the verb. And the past participle of have is have. That's why we use have or has. And then the past participle. If I have as a main verb have, I need to change it into a past participle that it will be have. Okay? Is it okay for you? Or you're welcome. Melina, is it okay? Do you have any questions? Something to say? No, this one is just question form. You can also, instead of negative sentence, you can also use never if you want to replace using not. And also in a question form, you can attach also ever. Is it okay? Remember that we use ever to express question form and never instead of negative. So instead of using haven't, you can use never. Yes, is it okay? Oh, welcome. Can we continue? Do you have any question there? Now the next exercise, it says that we need to use present perfect or simple past. So let's check the answers. We are going to continue in the same page using present perfect or simple past, right? Let's see the answers, the possible answers. Sorry, it's till here. Yes. So it says complete the dialogue with the correct forms of the present perfect or simple past. Use short forms. We continue here. So over here, Melina, as you said, you can use have you ever, or over here I can say I have never done this one. And it's okay. They mean the same stuff, right? The exercise says complete the dialogue with the correct form of present perfect or simple past. And also use the short form where it's possible. The question it says, have you ever visited Australia? And the possible answer it can be yes, I have. And I went there last year. I use over here yes, I have to express the meaning of living that experience. And then I use went to talk about a specific time that in this case is last year. The next one it says, where's Ben? He go to the movies. So the question form will be, where's Ben? Has he gone to the movies? No, he hasn't, or he has not. Is it okay? I him a few minutes ago. So if I have a specific time, I need to use simple past, and then I have I saw him a few minutes ago. He has gone outside. Okay? That means that he is still there and he didn't return. The next one, it says, you speak to Andres today. So I use have you spoken to Andres today. Over here, I use present perfect because it's an action that happened recently. So the answer it says no, I haven't. And then it says I him at 10 o'clock. Now I have a specific time and I know exactly that happened in the past. So I call him at 10 o'clock, but he answered hasn't answered, or maybe you can also use didn't answer there. I don't know where he went. Okay, check please the answers, and if you have any question, please tell me. The next one, it says, hey, your sister has a new boyfriend. Has you met him? Yes, I have. He to our house last weekend. So I have over here a specific time and I use I came. But my parents, him, didn't like him. Okay? Till here, questions about this exercise. Simple past and present perfect questions. Is it okay for you? Questions about simple past and present perfect? Yes, no, something? Arnel, is it okay for you? Abel, is it okay for you? Yes, no, something that you want to say? Okay. Camila, is it okay for you? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. Now, I already let you over there an exercise that it suppose that we need to use ever or never. Did you check that exercise? I let you over here in the platform that it says the exercise. Over here we have the classwork. Okay. And also I let you this PDF. Did you check that PDF? Did you work on it? That it's specifically to work using ever or never. Did you work on it? If you didn't work on it, please remember that we need to work on the homework. In the exercise over here, we need to use ever or never, and then over here we have the key answer, right? So this one can help us to practice using the corresponding vocabulary. Over here we can find if it is a question form or if it's also the answer, the possible answers, and how can we work on it. Over here you can check the answers that you have there and you can practice on it. If you didn't work on it, could you please work it and then send me by email or use the platform to send me the homework? Don't forget that you can send me by email or also you can use the corresponding platform to do the homework. And also over here it has another homework that it's also an exercise of present perfect and the difference between simple past and present perfect, right? Let's finish with the workbook that over here, that it says about unit 6. I'm gonna start just working how can we work yet and how can we use for and since for the next week, right? As we said, I have it here, no. So just let me check here. let's start. So as we said, the present perfect is used to express something that started in the past and we don't know exactly when the action finished, right? And we can find over here some keywords that can help me to know the period of time that something can last using present perfect. When we use simple past, we know exactly when the action started and when the action finished. But when we use present perfect, we know that the action started on the past, but we don't know exactly when the action finished, right? And we can find some words that can help me to understand that. I can find the use of just, also already, and yet. Just and already come in the structure, in the corresponding structure of present perfect. They come before the past participle of our sentences, while yet comes at the end of questions and also in negative sentence. Okay, over here we have some examples. How can we use just and already? Just means that it happened recently, as 3 minutes ago or something like that, right? But remember that in present perfect we can't have a specific time, but just means that it happened recently. Over here we have an example that it says we have just come back from our holiday. That means that it's a recently action. So this word just can help me to know more specifically that it happened recently, right? And over here it says I have just had an idea. That means that that idea comes to my mind recently, right? And we can see that the structure is similar of the case of never. We use the subject, we use have or has according to my sentence, and then I have the word just, and then the past participle of my sentence and the rest of my sentence, right? While over here we have already, right? And we have how can we use it? It is the same structure. We have the subject, then we have or has, and then we have the word already, and then the past participle of my sentence, right? So the word already means that the action happened, so that we have lived that we have already that we have experienced that, right? So already means that works for just for affirmative sentences and can help me to know that you have lived that, right? And finally, we have the word yet. So yet can work in question form and also in negative sentence. That means negative form, right? That means that at the moment you didn't visit that place or that you didn't I don't know, meet that people, but maybe it can happen in a future. So yet can help me to express something that didn't happen at that moment, but maybe it can happen in a future tense. Over here it says it's 11 o'clock and you haven't finished breakfast yet. Yes, it's placed at the end of your sentence, and over here that means that from that moment you didn't finish of eating the breakfast, right? And over here it says, has your course started yet? The question 4 means that at the moment we don't know exactly if they start or not, but maybe it will start in some minutes later, right? So I will stop there because we are not going to see the answers because you will have work for this week to work on it. I will stop sharing the screen, but it's time that you can help me to know if you have any question till here. Is it okay for you? Is present perfect easy or difficult for you? Can you tell me if you realize the difference between simple past or present perfect? Before we finish today, could you please write in the part of chat over here one sentence using present perfect and one sentence using simple past, and then you can go. Could you please help me with a sentence using present perfect and with a sentence using simple past? And that's the form that we are going to finish today. Remember that on Monday you will see there in the platform the homework, the forum. You will see over there the video, and when we finish this conference you will also can check the corresponding video of this conference, right? When we finish this one I will upload this video and you can check again the conference. If you have any question, remember to send me an email or let it in the part of learning forum, please. Okay, just said that I have studied for my math exam. Okay, remember just that if you have a specific time, it's not present perfect. Just I have studied for my math exam. Forget about last week. Rewrite please the sentence, and then you can go. Okay, perfect. So Abel said that I went to Houston last year. Perfect, Abel. But now one sentence using present perfect and you can go. I have cleaned my room. Perfect, Claudia. Citlali, now one sentence using simple past and then you can go. I saw Netflix yesterday. Thank you, Citlali. Have a nice weekend. See you next week. Don't forget to check Territorio platform, please. Use the forum. I finished my homework yesterday. I have dated someone. Thank you, Melina. Have a nice weekend. See you. So Claudia said that I have listened. I have listened my math class. I haven't done my homework. Okay, thank you, Jocelyn. See you next week. See you. Camila, I have watched ET. Please. Miguel, perfect. Now one sentence using simple past. I have listened in my math class. Okay. Now simple past. See you. I have listened in music. Okay. I went to my uncle's house. Thank you, Claudia. See you next week. Have a nice weekend. See you. Check Territorio platform, please. Check Territorio platform. Participate in forum, please. Who else, please? I have cooked my food. Okay, Anel, perfect. Now one sentence using simple past. Abel, I have finished my homework. Thank you. See you next class, Abel. Have a nice weekend. I have read an English book. Okay. Now using simple past, please. I have washed my clothes. Okay, Anel, let me check. Okay, Miguel. We need a sentence using simple past, Miguel. Just one using simple past. You have used present perfect, but I need a sentence when you use simple past, please. One sentence using simple past, one sentence using present perfect. I have learned English. That's perfect. Now using simple past, please. I learned English. Okay, thank you. See you next week. Have a nice weekend. Use platform territorio, please. See you. Anel, one sentence using simple past. I didn't see a match. I think so. Okay. Now use one sentence using present perfect, please. I played with my sister. Okay, thank you, Camila. Now, can you use a sentence using I have watched? Okay. Thank you, Camila. Have a nice weekend. Monse, I have read an English book. I ordered a pizza. Thank you, Monse. Have a nice weekend. See you next class. Okay, Yanela, just write one sentence using present perfect. Who else? Who else? Who else? Jesus, are you there? Okay, remember I watched E.T. E.T. Don't worry, could you please write a sentence using simple past and one sentence using present perfect and then you can go? Okay, I played the guitar today. Perfect. Could you please now write a sentence using present perfect? Anel, you almost finished. Just one sentence using present perfect. Yanela, just one sentence with present perfect and you have finished. Okay, I wash my clothes, Anel, that's okay. Now, could you please write a sentence using present perfect? Remember that present perfect expresses something that you have experienced. Janela, again, could you please write a sentence using present perfect? Using have or has, and then the past participle. Thank you, Jesus, that's okay. Correct. See you next class. Have a nice weekend. Just two sentences using present perfect. Bye, see you. I have gone to my grandmother today. Remember that we need to use have or has in the past participle of my sentences. So it can be I have gone to my grandma's house, as example, right? Could you please write another sentence using present perfect just to check that you understand? Just change the verb. Use past participle, Yanela. Okay, perfect. Is it okay? Thank you. Thank you, Yanela. Yanela, I have finished. Remember that in present perfect, we need to use subject, then we need to use have or has according to your subject, and then we need to use past participle of my sentence. Okay? As example, I can say I have visited. I don't know. Guadalajara, right? We use this structure to express that I did that activity, but I didn't say when it happened, right? We use present perfect to express about experience that we have lived in one moment of our life, but we don't know exactly when it happened, right? So it is important that you understand that we need to use subject, have or has, and then the past participle of my sentence, okay? Questions, if you need to ask something, could you please tell me? Okay, perfect, Daniel. I have cleaned my room today. Perfect, thank you. Have a nice weekend. And finally, Yanela, just one sentence. He has worked. Perfect. Thank you so much. So don't forget to check the resources that we can find in the platform, okay? So have a nice weekend. See you next week. And check the platform, please. See you.